Baby, it's cold outside. And Prison Architect, what's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great day today. We got a couple of things I wanted to go over here. First, we have a couple of criminally insane. People have gone insane, including Mr. Duncan Dummer, wherever he went. I don't know where he went, but Duncan Dummer has turned himself criminally insane as well. So we're going to need to do something about that. I've hired a couple of orderlies. Orderlies? No, orderlies. And I've also... I'm bricking this off. I don't know if this is the right way to go about this, but that's how I'm going to do it. I've taken this protective custody ward that's largely unused right now, and I am going to change it to an insane sec only area. And then this area has padded cells. Okay. And that's just the way that's going to be. And we're obviously going to be moving those guys in where they go. Hopefully we will be moving them in where they go. All right. So this here says there are no canteens, and that's fine. We're going to have to adjust that as well. Why don't we'll go with food distribution. I think I'm just going to take this canteen, right? Kind of the same thing. And we'll just make sure that it's going there too. Oh, sorry. Canteen. Right. Of course. You guys need to go to the canteen. Yeah. Make sure that's all connected up. Okay, so Duncan in Cadwell, whatever his name is, these guys need to be going to here, and hopefully they just end up going there themselves because it's their cells. But I think actually they won't be able to get there. I think they won't be because of this being protective custody only. So we're gonna have to go mixed sector here, and then. I don't want to do it like this. I have to close this off too. With a door would be best. So we'll go with a staff door. No, it's gonna have to be a regular old door, isn't it? Yeah, right about here. A regular old door installed there, and then I can make this a joint protective custody criminally insane. I can make this go together like that too. So here we go. Now we'll have custom sector like that. So now they can get through. They can get where they need to go. And there, he's on break. The orderly's on break. Got some guy that's agitated, but he's in a padded cell now. So hopefully he'll, get a bit more privacy. He'll get more warmth and everything right here too. Speaking of warmth, that's actually going to be a problem, isn't it? Because I just closed this off. So I think that's actually going to be a problem. So why don't we, instead of a wall here, why don't we put a door? I think the heat can pass through the door, right? So we'll try that. And even if it can't, we'll put a little window here too, and that'll definitely allow that stuff to go through. But I want staff to be able to move through and everything too. So these guys are going to be very cold for a second, and then it'll start, the warmth will start hopefully getting addressed. Okay, let's get a couple more staff. I don't think we need more doctors. We need another couple of orderlies. Let's get another couple of orderlies. And then I'm going to make sure we have at least one orderly assigned in here at all times. So that way there's always somebody in here that can at least do something with these guys if they kick off. He needs solitary, and I'm going to just end his punishment. I'm not going to bother with it. There we go. Now he can start calming himself down. Very good. Okay, a couple of things that I've been told, because the game gets updated over time, and I don't necessarily know everything, right, as the new changes to the game happen. So I did want to go through some of the things that I've learned from you guys in the comments. So every once in a while, even with games this old and played this many times, I do sometimes learn some things from you guys. One thing, this new health monitor. I haven't done anything with future tech before, so all the future tech stuff is completely new to me. And apparently the tracking monitor needs to be connected to the health monitor in a similar fashion as the door controller needs connected to the servos. Didn't know that initially, but now I've gone ahead and done that. I wasn't sure if it needed to be forward or backwards, so I've got it both ways. I don't think it matters. So we've got that happening. And now I've also placed tracking belts on more prisoners so that we can hopefully have some insight into what's going on with them. Okay, oh my. So it's just the very specific sections on the sinks, but the toilets are fine. Wild. Well, you just won't have a sink for a while then. It's fine. It's whatever. The next thing I'm doing, I'm gonna have to kind of reroute cabling and stuff and try to figure out how to make this happen really well. But at the moment, what I have going on is the transformer is like receiving the DC power from our energy sources like this. And then I need to route the AC power around to get to the gate to power this, as well as to eventually power our road barrier that's going to be here. I'm not sure if the road barrier needs power. If it doesn't, then this makes a lot easier. But I just don't remember if it requires power, and maybe it'll tell me. I haven't actually looked at it. Maybe it'll tell me. So this road gate doesn't say it needs power, which it doesn't because the servo does. But road barrier here to stop even speeding trucks only closes during lockdown. I don't know whether or not that requires power. It may not. And if it doesn't, that'll be fantastic, because then I'll just basically delete all of this and we'll bring the power cables straight through again. But I've rerouted them like this for now. And this is going to allow me to take my solar power and bring it up that way. So I'm also going in and adding new energy sources. We're just going to go like... I like the look of it. You don't have to do it this way, but I like the look of it. Kind of going like this. And this may end up bankrupting me just a little bit, but we'll see. We'll go ahead and connect these real quick if they need it. I don't know if they will. And then this will come up like that. And like that. So we'll see if that happens. But this is going to add additional DC power sources for our exports. The other thing I can do, and I was looking at this, and I didn't bother reading the description on things because I frequently don't. And one of the things I found was that the power station, it says, generates electricity to be used in your prison, can also be connected to a transformer to export power. I completely missed that before. So I figured, why don't we can put this out here and we can generate more power with this thing too. Now this is our fruit orchard, and I don't know about taking up space in the fruit orchard, but I'm going to put it out here for now just so I can see. I need to make sure there's an adequate amount of spacing away from that, so I can't put it here, but I can put it here. And so what I thought about doing is maybe just leaving enough space for a potential tree there in the future. I don't know. We'll put it right here for now, and it doesn't cost me anything because I've already paid for these things. So that's nice. So once they install this, admittedly outdoors, but once they install this, I should be able to hook it up to the blue line here. And that will provide us with additional power generation that we can export. I don't know how that works. So I guess we'll try that out. Put that there, and then we can have our capacitors put in here. Have those extra capacitors, and maybe I'll just spend one more, I guess. And then this electrical cable can come down like that. And that will hook it up, I think, to this. I don't know, like, because this is, it says power output 50 units. And that will grow as we get the power production like this, but like, I don't know, does that work? Let's find out. It's a blue line. It does, well, maybe it doesn't work. Hang on, if I switch it on. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so this has to be separate. This is separate. That's a good thing to know though. Okay, I just wanted to try that out. So we're gonna dismantle the utilities here. All right, these are all gonna get dismantled. I had to try it out to see. And it doesn't disrupt the prison at all because I'm doing it on the circuit that's basically just dedicated to exports right now. I figured that was the case, but I wasn't sure, so I had to find out. So we'll switch this back on. Yeah, switch all on if they're not already. There we go. Yep, you should be switched on. There we go. And yeah, there we go. So with this thing switching on, it'll now provide power into the setup, and now we're over by 550 units, it says. Okay, cool. So if we want to export more power with that, I need a separate transformer and, one that's not currently connected to anything. And so what I could do, I suppose, is add a transformer, which I have no funds for at the moment. Well, I got a little bit of prisoner intake just now, but it'd be nice to get more funds, wouldn't it? Speaking of getting more funds, we have people now working in the workshop safety program. This is training, so they're not actually producing much for me anymore, or at least not right now, but it's just the training, and this guy's released. Did you get released early? No, you stayed your entire term. So you're 58% to reoffend, but you stayed your entire term. I don't get penalized for that. At least I don't believe I do. If you reoffend, yeah. It's only if you get released early and then you reoffend. That's when I get hit with big fees or big fines. Okay, cool. The other thing I was taught by you guys, which again, it's like this wasn't the case before, but it is now, apparently. The other thing I was taught is that these guys will leave when they're done using the canteen anyway, when they're done using the yard anyway, even if it's not this. So when I saw these things, you know, this is new to me right here, right? So when I saw eat lockup, I was like, oh, I can have them eat, and then they go to lockup when they're done eating. That's great. And I'm actually going to make that the case for maximum security. So when they're done eating, they always go to lockup directly. They don't go freedom. They don't have any freedom after this. But hang on. Gordon's getting in fights. More gang activity. And they got their shirts off and stuff. That's kind of like that's their display of dominance. Okay. They're trying to assert themselves as the king of the castle, right? For the gangs. The gang activity is happening. Anyway, so when they're done, even though it's a solid eat period, it used to be all 9 playlists before this. It used to be that they were restricted to the canteen until this period of time was done. And then I saw this and went, oh, or I can send them to the lockup when they're done. And I thought that was pretty good. But it turns out the description has changed on this, and I didn't see it because I don't read text, right? Prisoners make their way to the nearest accessible canteen and sit down for lunch. Prisoners are permitted to use any facilities within the canteen. That's the same. After they finish eating, they can move around the prison freely. That part I did not know. So we don't really need the showers in here. We don't really need the bathrooms and stuff in here that I was going to do. Because before they were restricted to the canteen the whole time that regime was going on, or regimen, whatever you want to call it. The entire time that was going on was, they were restricted here. But now they're not anymore. Okay? So that's nice for me. I like that. I'm going to need one more. Let's get one more cook. Yeah, one more cook just to help with the trays. All right, that's it. Just to help with that a little bit. Okay, cool. As the new guy, Ian Williams, are you a new guy? Did you just come off the bus? How did you get? Yeah, you were in there. So you're walking yourself over here. But you're not going. How are you getting here? What was that guy doing? Is my deployment off again? No, he's not supposed to be in here. This is a staff only area and he was in here. Weird. Also, this should be staff only, shouldn't it? It should be for now anyway. All right, cool. So, yep, plates and stuff going through. We should have a good enough prisoners, or a good amount of prisoners now, who can actually work in here, as opposed to just taking training. We should be able to do that. So I want to see prisoners working in here. I got prison labor. It says there's only one currently doing this. A lot of people working in laundry. I don't think we need that many in here. We're also not going to have any prisoner jobs in the mailroom because the guards will take care of that. It's fine. And then I think cleaning is okay. So I really want you to focus this job. And anyone who's working, I want you in here. Definitely. And it is now spring. We have made it through the winter, everyone. Very nice. We've made it through the winter. And so now we can put in our little fences. You got a little wooden fence to go like here, a little wooden fence like this, a little wooden fence like this, just to give it a little more character, you know? And then I think maybe we can get rid of some of these planting lines. Just a few of them. There we go. I mean, some of these boundary lines I do want to stay, but these ones are fine to get rid of. And let's go ahead and... Ooh, I have to... Yeah, that export meter is in there. It's in the way. If I move it outside the prison, I guess I can put it down here, but it's kind of in the way, though, for them walking around it. I could just move it down one, which is probably better. So let's just move it down one. And then we'll put the fence over here, too. And this is going to be a bigger fence, though. We're going to have a green fence over here about like that. Like that. Nope. Like that. Green fence. Yeah, green fence is okay. That's good. And then it'll be the staff door here to go and repair and everything. Okay, so for $12,000, let's go ahead and finish our farms. We have a lot of wheat and stuff here, right, that we have from before. And I think we'll go ahead and just plant the remainder. We have 9. additionals, right? So we can plant that for free. So that could be our wheat. And then if we want something different, maybe we want some corn or something, we can also plant some corn down here. Maybe that's 600 bucks. But I think for now, let's just focus on stuff that's profitable to sell. So we'll go ahead and lay in some more wheat over there. We got some more vegetables happening over here. And then we're just going to need some more farmers as well. And I'm just going to plop them right here. That's fine. So these farmers will get on that. And then we also require a bit more in terms of our banana trees as well. So we can go in and get some additional banana trees. And I know I said I wasn't going to put them directly next to the fence, but I actually kind of want to see how the electric fence works. So we're going to go do that anyway. So, because again, I haven't done anything with the future tech stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. And we just have this big sort of row of trees, banana trees that are going in through here. And maybe we'll plant some different trees down here eventually. But for now, I think that's good. And then let's go ahead and do just a little bit more on this electrified fence all the way down to here. Okay. Now, I would like to use this thing, this power station, right? It only generates power that has to be used, and you can't connect it to anything as far as like transformers and stuff. It says it can be connected to a transformer to export power. I haven't been able to replicate that. I've been testing it in this area. I haven't been able to replicate that. I'm not sure it works. If it does, then somebody will let me know how you did it, because if you just lay the power station in and connect it to a transformer and then connect that transformer to another power meter, none of that actually works. It doesn't do anything because you need batteries, right? So maybe my problem was I didn't put any batteries. You know, I didn't put any batteries on the power station. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I needed to put batteries there instead of capacitors. You know, either way, I think it's probably more useful instead of having batteries instead of capacitors on this power station that doesn't do a whole lot of power. Rather than doing that, let's actually put it in, because I can't sell it. There's no value to these things. So I want to kind of instead place what I've already bought into the prison system and have it basically support a section of the prison so that the green energy doesn't have to go to that, and therefore it can be exported. Right. So that's how I'm going to do it. So I think what I'm thinking I'm going to do is we're going to have a power switch put in on the side of this building. Try to figure out the right place for this. It's coming all the way down. See, I'm using the walls, which is generally, I think, pretty clean to do, but right here, I think I could put the power switch right here. So let's put the power switch here. And we can also put another power switch perhaps here. And that, if I cut power supply from here and here, that will force this whole area, including the shop, to be supported by this power station. I mean, right? I think that's how that goes, because this will cut the power off from this side and cut it from this side, and it's not connected anywhere else. So this ends up being supported only by this, which may be too much for it to handle, but I just want to see if we can do it. So let's place this down here, and then we'll place the capacitors around it on the outside and this side. Then I want to go in and have this be intelligently switched off and on, right? I want to have this be, you know, on when people are in here, off when they're not. And so the best way to do that, in my experience anyway, is to get a door timer. I'll just place a door timer next to it. And then this light that's here, we don't need this light, so I'm thinking maybe we just dismantle the light. Okay. Ooh, there we go. So that's put in, and then we're going to go ahead and put those capacitors back. So we have 7 of them we've already purchased. Again, they have no value to me other than that, so we'll just put them in there like this. And then maybe we'll go ahead and power switch it here just because. And then the power switch from here, when we pop this, it'll cut that supply off right there. Okay, so what I want to do is we can go ahead and switch this off, which is going to prohibit power from traveling this direction. Right, and we're just going to use switches for this so that in some kind of scenario where there's like a fire or whatever, I can flip on power sources from other places if I want to. Okay, so let's install this switch, then we'll flip it off, and then we'll put the electrical underneath it. Oh, never mind, the switch comes with electrical underneath it, doesn't it? Switch that off. All right, so we'll do that really quick, and let's turn this back on. There we go. Okay, so this is off, which means it's not transmitting power through it, correct? Switch this on. It shouldn't allow power to travel through that, and it doesn't. Okay, good. And then we can switch this off now. And if we do that, this end of the prison has no power now. So now I want to see what happens. Are we able to power this? And it's overloaded. Okay, it's overloaded. So what I want to try is we'll take these max capacitors. Ooh, I don't have any money. Oh, hang on a second. Okay, I don't have any money, but we've completed a grant. We made 30 license plates. We did. We've already produced 30 license plates. Cool. And then I spent all that money. Not as cool, but all right. How about we, let's see, harvest 50 farm plants of any kind, sell 50 grown crops of any kind. I mean, we're going to be doing this stuff. It's that whole, like, the grant goes away when you log off thing. It makes me not want to have another one, but I want it, though. I do want another one. You can try the criminally insane way. The thing is, I only have 2 cells. I don't have enough cells for that, and we're probably not going to be able to make the superior beds yet. So, classroom, 20 desks, 1 prisoner passing. You need 10 prisoners to pass foundation, 1 to pass general. I'm not running that yet. That takes a while to do. So, yeah, I'm thinking maybe we just go self-sustaining. It's not that big of a grant. I need a little bit of an advance here. So I think instead we're just going to take the loan. The bakery could be a thing we could do too. Serve 30 civilians, maybe? We could get the restaurant going, bakery, restaurant stuff. Could. It's more money, but we don't have a lot of prisoners. Like, the thing is, I can build these buildings, but if I don't have enough people to work in them, then it doesn't matter yet. That's how I look at it. Gang welfare. I'm wondering if I don't have 15 gang members yet. Yeah. I think the fastest one to do is probably the self-sustaining one, and it's not that much money, but I'll take it anyway. So at 14 grand, let's go in and add a couple of extra capacitors, right? So we're going to go these bigger ones. So maybe we go 1, 2. Just see if that is enough to keep the power on for this area. But in the meantime, we can shut this off and then turn these back on. Okay. And now the whole prison has power while we figure this out. All right, so they're all connected that way, which is nice. The door controller is up. So the interface for this is going to be very small. I apologize for that, but it does not scale to 4K. It's an old game. It's the way it goes. So this is the door timer controller. What we're going to do is connect this to this switch. And what that does is it's going to do the same thing. It's going to shut it off and on depending on the time. But we can also do it depending on the security's regime. All right, compared to their regimen, whatever you want to call it. So we have work time. I know it's very small, but during work time, we want it open for medium security. And then if we go to maximum, again, open, and then we can go minimum open as well. So we want that to be open during those times. And so anytime that's the case, like right now, it's not a work time, so it's closed. But when maximum gets their work time open, this will open back up for them. And that will allow all the power to come in here. So at the moment, this place is not powered. At least the high voltage equipment is not powered. The lights are on, but this stuff is not powered, okay? We have that on. Let's get that extra capacitor in right there. Let's just see whether or not that's enough. So we'll go ahead and close this off. Turn these off. Shuts the power off of the whole prison. Turn this back on. And flip the switch. Great, let's just see. And it is still overloaded. Wow, you are powering a lot more stuff than I thought you were. Okay, let's shut this off. Put it back on. And why am I doing this, right? It's so that I can export more power. I want the output of this thing to support more stuff so that this doesn't have to do it. And then we can really start exporting a lot more power, right? That's the whole plan for this. I'm also looking at... Oh, somebody else also told me this, which I find to be really stupid. But if that is the way it is, then what it is. The water cooler apparently does not satisfy the hydration need. Okay. I don't know why it wouldn't. And I'm looking at my staff, and they don't have hydration needs. So, I mean, we can keep an eye on that, I guess, and see if they even use it. See if anyone goes over and uses it. But my staff are good on hydration, so they must be getting it from someplace else, like a different, you know, a different fountain somewhere else. They must be drinking from. I don't know where that would be, but it's got to be the case, right? The next thing is I want to have a nice exports area, right? So let's take a staff door and place it here. And then I want to also segment this off so that prisoners don't go out this door. So I want to have we're going to kind of do this. And then we're going to have another staff gate on this side here. So it's going to require staff to go through like that. And so if prisoners want to get into here for some reason, I don't know why they would, but if they want to get in through there, they're going to have to go through several different gates. Uh-oh. We got going on here. I'm also taking steps to segregate them just a little bit. So with the regime right now, what we have is effectively we have eat times separated. So they don't eat at the same time anymore. I'm hoping that cuts down on the violence just a little bit more. I'm hoping anyway. We will see. And then we have this area here that we can do now too. So we're just going to dismantle some of these lights. And I was told about like turning off auto lights. Like you should turn off auto lights. The thing is, I find anyway, and this is opinion of course, but I find that it's significantly faster for me to delete the lights I don't want than it is to place the lights I do. Typically, it's easier to do that. Instead of meticulously placing them all where all these are, right? It's much easier to do that. And especially when you're using this copy tool, a lot of times it'll just be taken care of for you. So quick build, we go over here, clone. I'm going to clone this area here. This is the one that has the router. There's a router on that. And so it's going to take the router with me. I think maybe it doesn't. It may not. But if any of these are being built over an existing light, like if there's a wall being built on a light right now, it's going to get removed. So that's going to be taken care of for me, right? And then I'm going to go like this when not copying the other wall, and then do, ooh, it's a little bit too, this might actually work though. They'll allow me to do this, right? Because that wall is already a wall, so that should be fine. Yeah. So we'll get those cells expanded, and let's just open this door. Let's lock it open actually for now. And we'll start separating these guys into different cell blocks now too. And then when these guys go to the canteen to eat, I think they're going to be shuttled through this little narrow passage, which is probably not preferred. Probably shouldn't have that happening, but right now it is. Maybe having them go this way would be better. And putting a door right here would be a good idea. I think I was going to do this initially. I think before I was going to do this and I just didn't. Let's put a gray door here. And then we'll also go in with the door servo and place that here. And then we have to make sure that it's hooked up with electrical as well. So this is going to come up and go like that. Okie dokie. So we're getting ourselves just a little bit better here. We're going to need a little bit more money. I'm almost out of cash here. Let's go with another max capacitor. I think I'm going to have to take another loan just to set this up. It's going to be worth it in the end, I think, but it's just expensive at the beginning. And when we have a lot more money, then we'll replace a lot of these capacitors with other ones. Since these are free and I can't really do anything with them anyway, there's no reason for me to dump these or dismantle these or anything until I'm full. There's just no reason to do it until full. Also, I'm noticing that I'm going to be left with one spot where I can't do it because of that power switch location, so I probably should move the whole damn thing up. But it's okay. I think it'll be fine. We'll see how it goes. All right, with this on, we're gonna switch this on. It's already on. Okay, so now we'll try this again, and you can see that this is on now. Power is onto this building, and these guys can work because it's their work schedule, right? But as soon as this work time is done and it goes to lockup, this will shut off automatically now, and we'll be saving power on that now too. Oh boy. Okay, they're good. I mean, again, they're kind of separated now. They're not all eating at the same time, and you have high You do have high violence, but you have less people kicking off at one time. At least that's the hope. All right, so this is off again. Let's go ahead and see if this can handle it. So we'll switch this off, and then turn this on. Here we go. Okay, so that's not bad. Now this is where we are with this shut down, right? So let's go ahead and grab one more of these max capacitor pluses and put that on there. And we should, I think, be good to go. You really want to keep this down, right? You want to keep this maybe like in this area. You don't want it to get close, because the closer it gets to full, the more chance there is for a fire and explosion and stuff. And you don't want that to happen. This is right next to my workshop. There's another thing I could probably do here just to help guard against fires potentially. I have all these lines in here to help against fires here. But if I wanted to be a little bit more cautious with this, I could bring this up even further. Or maybe we just go this way. Yeah. I could bring this over here even more. Ooh, does it not let me do that anymore? It used to let me do this. I don't know if it'll let me do this anymore. Okay, so it has to be... It can't be over the unit itself. It has to be like this. That's fine. All right, so we'll go around the unit here. Yeah, we'll go around the unit like this. Okay. And then what we'll place are sprinklers out here. All right, you can get the fire sprinklers positioned over top of this unit as well. And so if there are any fires, if it does explode, it'll immediately get put out. At least that's the hope anyway. We're going to obviously have redundancy in this pipe going all the way around, and then another source of water on this side. So additional redundancy is going to help with that, but that's the idea anyway. There is an awful lot of janitors hanging out in this cleaning closet, and that is such a waste of money. Holy moly, why are you all here? What is going on, guys? Gender area prioritized. No, I want to assign. Can I not assign janitors? Like, be assigned here as your primary. Okay, I don't know what's... You guys are just hanging out in a cleaning cupboard. Is it because it's warm in there? Why would you hang out in there instead? Visitor only also should be... I mean, if I do the visitor only, isn't it... Yeah, staff only is not what I want for that. Never mind. I mean, I don't need this many janitors, right? I can probably get rid of some of them. Let's see. First off, we'll go to staff and make sure that we're only firing janitors that are not trained in special stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get rid of those guys. We have enough farmers. That's good. I think we have 4 orderlies is fine for 2 criminally insane. We definitely have some more training to do with some of these guards, and I may actually want a few more guards just to help out with violence. We'll get a few more. Also, for staff programs, we are doing fire safety, electrician training, first aid, all that stuff. How about Taser certification as well? Let's get that going too. And we are in debt, so we need to be mindful of that. But, you know, for the grants we have going right now, we just need to raise our capacity. And that's what I'm on about right now. So that'll help us with 20 grand there. And we actually have a lot of rats. Wow, 45 rats now? I don't know how we're not taking care of that. There's so many rat traps, but we guess you just need a lot more of them. The game just wants you to have a lot of rat traps. And they've got to be, what are they, outside? Maybe they're outside. We'll stick some additional rat traps like out here. Just to see if we can get them to bite, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of cables out here. And they can nibble on these, and that's a bad deal for us. We definitely don't want them to bite into these. So if they get into these, it'll be a huge issue. So let's put some traps out here. You know, rats, they can spread disease, but they also bite at your electrical cables. That's the main concern. And then also this is open because I never closed it. So we'll close that too. Let's make that a little bit higher of a priority there. So we'll add some more rat traps, but I'm thinking I call pest control just real quick and have them try to get rid of as many as they see. Also, please install that because I don't want this thing to explode. Yeah, so current power production is 700. It has a 600 output, but as soon as this thing triggers, and actually I probably should go ahead and search the cells, right? Should I search this place? I should. I should search the whole block. Late at night. Surprise bunk inspection. Yeah, you got anything hidden in here? Got some drugs. Okay. Alcohol, cell phones. There it is. Found ya. Boom. Get rid of the tunnels and stuff as well too. So let's go ahead and remove tunnels. There we go. And we'll have that be prioritized because those cells won't work until the tunnels is gone. So let's get those to work. All right. And one more medium coming in. I think we can probably afford some more. Let's get a little extra cash. We'll go 60. We got 86 capacity right now. Feels great. We're easily going to get to 100 here then. All I have to do is, properly get these copied. Let's go like this, not the exterior wall. And then we'll come over and go like, it'd be like this, I guess. But you can see how the lights are already in there, right? And so it's like, shouldn't you just not have them? And if I'm copy and pasting and stuff, yeah, I can see your point. But usually it's not hard to just dismantle them. And then you place the clone and all of that just happens. So the clone comes over here and we just kind of go like, well, because there's a walkway right here. So I don't want to do that. Let's just do one cell at a time. We'll go like this, one cell at a time. And it will let me do this because the sink is part of the plan with the wall that's being built. So before it wouldn't let me do it because the sink wasn't part of the wall. Okay, so if I went like this, for example, it won't let me do this because there's no wall there for that sink to go, right? That's why it happened before. But if I include this, if I include the wall to go with it, then it will allow me to do it. Okay. So that was my error there. And then I just have to make sure that this concrete wall gets put in. Okay, cool. And then we'll go out real quick and do a staff door there too. So these are going to be staff walkways that just let staff move a little bit faster than the prisoners do. Prisoners will be routed through here to get out of here. And then this metal detector, I feel like we need to move this too. And I actually kind of feel like I want to make this indoor. I want this outdoor. I want some outdoor areas, but I think this area being outdoor might be causing some problems too, especially in the wintertime when it's cold. So I might want to do something about that as well. Okay, this is capping out now, you see, right? So we're going to switch this off temporarily. Oh, never mind. The door controller is going to override me. Of course it is. All right, we had our intake. We're at 60 prisoners now. And a whole bunch of degenerates in here. Starting out in medium security. Let's hope they stay there because I really don't need any more super dangerous people in here. Take a quick look at intelligence and go to my informants really quick. I just want to see 60%. He might be able to tell me something if I do 60%. Hey, hang on. Oh, what are you doing in here? Whoa. That's not where you belong. What happened here? You should be in here. Why would you be in shared? It makes no sense. Change cell. Choose new cell. You're in here now. Yes, that's the cell you're in now. Somebody go and get him and bring him to the proper cell because, oh my God. There he is. Yeah, he's got the little belt on and everything too. I don't know if I want to put belts on the criminally insane yet, but got beds being brought over to the new cell block. Even got people immediately being assigned to this new cell block, which is not something I wanted. So right now I'm going to go staff only here. So they can't be assigned here. They should be all off in here. Everyone who has a cell should be off in here. And there's enough prisoners now, I think, where, man, having more guards is probably necessary. $19,000 though. Let's get some more guards in here. And I think maybe for this patrol route, this magenta one, I think I want to go and have a few more on this route. Maybe we'll have it extend out so they kind of go around here a little bit more. Yeah, right here in this area, I want to have more guards deployed. And we'll put a couple in the common area here too. But I think snipers, set up a sniper tower right here. And then when they come out of this door, they're immediately suppressed by that sniper. They're immediately going to be seen by that. But honestly, just putting this whole thing indoors, it still might be the best call. I'm tempted by doing that. Or I'm tempted to do that. We have a lot of people who have been upgraded now. So now comes the time where we start looking at how to segregate things. Remember, I need 200 prisoners in each security level. I'm only at 89 total right now. So, I mean, we have to just keep building around and get bigger and bigger as we get money. Look, there's an early prisoner release reward. $3,000. Can I pay off half of this? Ooh, that's a lot more than half of it, but all right. So far, I think we're all right. Yikes. Man, exports would be good, nice right now, right? Exports would be nice. I got this being exports here, and then I think I did have this whole thing exports, right? This isn't just deliveries. Yeah, this whole thing's exports. This is exports down here too for later. And then deliveries is the entire extent down this way. Yeah, we'll say deliveries here. So deliveries goes outside, all on the outside on the other side of the road. Workers can go ahead and grab that stuff and bring it inside into our storage room here. I may need to, there's like this extra phone tab. Let's see if I can just sell that really quick. $850 for that. That'll keep me afloat for a little bit. I mean, it's a good thing I sold that because I think we're probably going to be in negatives if I hadn't sold that right away. Yeah, we definitely would have had a problem here. There's some exports for that. Now, how's the power situation looking, right? With this extra capacitor max, that's pretty good. I think that's a fairly safe zone to be in. I mean, there's a slight risk there, but I have the sprinkler coverage. Yes, I do. Oh, it's just out of range. That's not out of range. Don't give me that. Also, we want to insulate these pipes too. Make sure they can't freeze for later. But like most of the time, this thing is down lower because this thing will shut off when they're not working in here, right? The thing is, I want to add more equipment here, though. And if I'm adding more equipment, I'm going to need more on this anyway. And adding capacitors here kind of defeats the purpose. So what I kind of looks like I have to do, right? I need to move this power station. I need to move it up. So we'll leave it here for now. I think it's okay for now. But if I ever want to expand this, I do need to move that up. And we can see, though, that extra power, it's counting up quite quickly now, though, for financial compensation there. I like that. So that's going to help out quite a bit. I think this yard maybe is a little bit thin in things to do. I'd like to give them a few other things to do maybe in here. Like weight benches and stuff are nice. They like those. But I'm thinking maybe some gym mats would be good because then I can do other programs like breathing programs and stuff in the yard. I can do those. Those are nice. So how about we get maybe... let's go 15 gym mats right here. We could do like a breathing program in here. Also, these guys really do like benches a lot. Don't discount benches, like thinking that it's like, oh, they're only benches. No, dude. Prisoners love benches. They love to sit. Give them places to sit. And bleachers too. They like the bleachers too. Where is it? Right here. Yeah. You can give them these bleachers and they're all over it. They love it. So definitely do that. But if I put these gym mats in the yard, I could then have the breathing program, which might help calm some of them down. So if I go over to... This is staff programs. If I go over here, let's see, spiritual guidance, solar panel development. I really want to do that. That's actually part of the green. That's the going green thing. I probably should try to do that. Farm work safety, flower therapy, animal, conflict resolution, breathe therapy right here. Teach your prisoners how to breathe and relax. After each class, your prisoners will feel a lot calmer. They might even consider behaving better. Led by a teacher in a yard, 1 hour long, and each participant requires a gym mat. Okay? And I get a discount on this because of the way our warden is. So let's put that in place. Because we now have a yard that has gym mats. And the more gym mats I have, the more participants I can have. But I think 15 at a time is going to work out pretty well right now. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then that will be during program times, I would think, not during yard times. So we would go to breathe therapy. Looks like it's going to happen from 5 to 6 a.m., which is great. I love that because, and actually, I probably want to reschedule it just a little bit because there are more gym mats now than when it first started. So like, there's only 5 in here right now, but if I stop this and start it again, I think I can get more. I might be wrong on that, but now it's like only 5 at a time. Okay, what if I do 2 different sessions? There you go. Yeah. So we'll just do something like this. It's only 120 per session. And if I can calm them down, that's a really good thing. Let's do 2 sessions in the morning. So 10 prisoners at a time for this. And then let's also get some foundation education going. We're going to need to do that anyway. So foundation education from 11 to 2. It's a long course, but anyone who's interested in getting themselves edumacated can get right here in one of these classrooms. That would be nice. They're nice and warm already in there. That's nice. Let's get informants. Let me see what we got. 61% coverage. I never did ask him about stuff. I kind of want to get him in here. All right, we got some question marks around here. I want to get some of these questions answered. So let's bring him out. Bring him in here. And see if any of these question marks become details. Okay, yeah, we got deadly, gang members. And then if I take a look at gangs right now, 5, 5, and 2. You better get on it here, Vipers. Yeah, Vipers aren't doing much here, but again, I can try to get them to want to reform. So gang reform is something else I really want to get going on if I can. Now that I have a good income, I think this is about the time I'd want to do it. So we'll get solar panel development. I'm going to need hardware for that. And then we can get to, where is it? General education, carpentry. Wow, there are 3 interested in this. Can I really do that? It's very expensive, but let's wait until we have equipment for that. I thought maybe it's, I thought it was a program to get rid of the gangs. Did I already have it in place? Yeah, I already have it in place. Okay. Gang rehabilitation. Start that. And actually, let's get quite a few programs. We have quite a few gang members, so let's do that. So lots of programs, they're all wanting to talk to our psychologists about that, right? Definitely. Okay. And then maybe we, just to provide for our staff's needs here, psychologist doesn't have any needs. It's kind of a little bit ironic, isn't it? The psychologist is the one that doesn't have any needs. Do that really quick, just to let that be remotely operated. Yep. But we're getting more tasers too, and that's part of my expense and part of the reason why I don't have a whole lot of money is that I've been paying for tasers too. So we have taser certification. 18 have passed now, and you know, tonight we'll have a lot more people with tasers at this point. So yeah, programs wise, I think we're doing okay. There's obviously a lot of other stuff we need to do, like criminally insane need to have consultations and stuff. So I need to work on having a proper criminally insane wing. But I think that's a low priority right now. I really want to get stable with medium and max and then start branching out. And we can really bring in a whole bunch of low sec people too. And that'll flood all the jobs I need them to work. We can flood that. But yeah, low sec people are, by their very definition, they're low. There's a low amount of security required for them. So I want to make sure we're solid with other people first. I have another one, Carter. You know, this might end up being my criminally insane wing. And this will just be their own canteen or something. I don't know. I might end up having to switch that out. Protective custody is just... The fact that they're becoming criminally insane is annoying. They're just showing up that way. They're like, hey, I've become this way. The stresses of prison have caused me to be this way. And it's just meh. Depressed, yeah. So he's going to have to be going over here too. So I guess now I need to adjust this again. So we'll put... I mean, I don't have how many protective I really need. I guess I can cut it here. Let's cut it here. And this will be a staff door. And you're going to have to move over to, let's say, this cell now. Yeah. So we're gonna expand criminally insane wing, and this is gonna end up being having more people in here, I guess. It's just the way it's gonna have to be. So we'll get workmen in here hopefully soon, and then we'll go ahead and demolish this wall, take out the door. There we go. Take out that. Let's go ahead and dismantle that object too. Get that taken out of here, and then in the flooring, we'll go padded. Make this a whole different animal right now. Nope, I don't have any money. That's the problem. Let's just do this proper. And this is going to give me 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, honestly, I could just make the whole thing temporarily that, and then clear the contract and then bring it back, right? I think that's what I'll end up trying to do. You know, kind of game that out just a little bit there. That's right. Let's make all this padded flooring. They're kicking off again. Need to go see what's up. These are the medium sec people. Oh boy, they're after this guy. Duncan Hay. All the Duncans are going crazy. What? That should be expected. Duncans are always nuts in this game. Don't trust them. If their name is Duncan, do not trust them. All right, rooms, padded cells. Padded. I can never know where it is. Padded cell. Here it is. So all of these are now padded cells. Yep. And so these padded cells are for insane sec only. Protected wing. This is dual. So you guys will come in through there. And then, you know, this custom sector thing, I don't want to do that. So I just want to make sure that all the criminally insane are actually in a criminally insane wing. And then I'm going to need more orderlies probably too, with this many people. How much would it take to do that grant then? Build a wing, cell block for the criminally insane, 10 padded cells. Intake 10. Oh, I have to intake 10. Shit. You have to actually intake them. Okay, well, I mean, I'm going to need a different wing then. We're going to have to do that. I kind of feel like it should be down here, but just a totally separate wing for them. And I guess it would probably end up being, let's say if I plan this out, I guess it would probably end up being like maybe right here is where the wall would be for that. And so all of this ends up being like forestry and whatever. Oh, I don't have any forestry. So I don't have like enough wood for my workshop and stuff. I should probably have that so we can make stuff. Yeah, definitely. Forestry. Let's go in and make all of this. There's a lot there. Yeah, we'll make all of this our forestry for now, I guess. Maybe pull this back a little bit off that where that proposed fence is, just to keep it away from that exterior fence. Just in case. This is where the fence is though, so like this is supposed to be an actual different wall, but it actually isn't a wall now, is it? Because we're gonna end the building short. So the planning lines can be removed here. So we're not gonna use those like that. Can remove them here too. Where else can I remove planning lines? I want those to stay. This one can be removed. Let's clean up the planning lines, huh? A lot of these things are going to be cells later, so they'll clean themselves up. I want these to stay. I still want these to stay because it gives me my alignment that I wanted, but honestly, it's at this point I'm already lined up with the benches, so everything else is kind of fine. I don't really need those anymore, so we'll get rid of those. Okay, so how much power are we exporting tonight? Ooh, over 3,000. Looking pretty good. Can I get rid of my debt now? I mean, we're so close to having the cells, right? 96%. So it's just a matter of getting the other cells in. 96 now. So if I go quick build, custom, clone. Let's clone this right here and put it there. That gives us 98 cells. And then from there we go let's clone just the inside. Yep. So one there, and then I need the wall to be part of it now in order for the sink to place. So then we do like this. Yep. All the way over like that. And we have this extra little bit that's going to be, you know, we'll open it up eventually. But but we'll leave it like this for now. And that easily gets us what we need, and then we'll just demolish these walls because we won't need those anymore either. These walls actually are going to get demolished anyway, yes, but we're going to replace it with a big door. So let's replace it with a big door anyway, and then on the door servos, we need that too. So we'll have medium here, maximum here. We'll kind of try to separate them in cells now too, and so they can go through different places. I think I'll probably open up these walkways so that max sec goes into their cell block from here. And then that way, as they're leaving from this side, the other guys are coming in from this side. They might be a little bit more separated, hopefully. And then I don't know what I'm going to do for crazy zone. Maybe I block this off. I could put a door here and here and make this criminally insane temporarily. You know? I mean, this would be okay. If I didn't have so many criminally insane already, I could make this whole block criminally insane and then just do this as protective custody, but then I have protective custody right next to the prisoners. So I'm going to need another cell block for that. And then that's a lot of trees. We're going to get charged for all these trees, right? We have to pay for them all, but it'll be worth it because there's a whole bunch of trees growing here now. And I may actually, you know, make this forestry even smaller so we can have more crops and stuff here too, because I do want prisoners to be taking part in farming. And part of me actually thinks the canteen won't even go down this far. It'll probably end up being here because of that whole thing where they leave on their own when they're done. I don't really need as big of a canteen anymore. You can have two different security sectors using different segregated parts of the canteen and not need it to be as big because people are leaving when they're done. So there's probably room for more farms and fields and stuff for, you know, people to grow more tomatoes and such over here. So we'll see how that works out in the end. 96% done. So when this is done, we'll get the grant money, and then we'll immediately start, I guess, criminally insane wing. We'll probably have to start that, get that over with, so it's off the list. And then green energy goals. How close are we here? 73% on filling the batteries. Yep, so I need them to pass that solar panel program. So that is here. And we can get the practice solar panel. And what I'll do is I think I'll put 3 of them. Yeah, let's put 3 of them back in here. I like this. We'll put 3 of them right here. I don't know if it'll let me actually place them this close together. They may not be able to access them if I do that. How about 4? 4 at a time? We can do 4 at a time in this area. And then when they pass that program, then they have more life skills. Hopefully that leads to less chance of reoffending. And I can also go ahead and get my green energy grant for that, which is going to give the percentile bonus to reformation rates for completing this program will be increased, currently at 25%. Yeah. And that'll be it for our green energy goals, yeah? Come on now. Finish these cells. 97%, and then we can go. I do really thank you so much for watching, guys. It's really cool to, you know, a game that's over 10 years old and you guys are still interested in watching me play it. I really appreciate that. We have 100 capacity now. Everything is good. I can bring in more prisoners now if I want to. Let's bring it up to 70. Let's get up to 70, and yeah, I'll just keep cruising on this, and we'll keep growing, and things are going to get great. Okay? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.